Hey guys, Ben Gardner's back here for the second of the 3 issues of the Toxicity Environmental Campaign Garbage Campaign. Now, last episode we were talking a little bit about the government, different types of government benefits we're getting, the different types of things the government's doing in terms of promoting clean energy, different types of tax credits they give. Now, this episode is going to be more focused on the corporate world and what big-time corporations are doing to reduce their garbage production and what they're doing to help the environment and what they're doing to promote clean energy. Now, we've done a lot of research into these 3 topics, and the corporate world's a big one, and we've done a lot of research into this. We have a lot of good information for you in this episode to show you what's going on, kind of make you aware of what every company's doing out there. Now, due to media cover-ups and such, there's no way to find out companies that dispose waste badly, but basically, in essence, we research companies that use up a lot of environment-hurting items, and there are numerous of them. I'm not going to name any specific because I'm not here to trash bad corporations. I'm just trying to make you aware. There are a lot of big time corporations. For example, one huge one in '97 reported to have released toxic waste into open air. And there are many brands which use wrappers to reduce environmental harm, but they show no public movements on it. There are many. Essentially, going green to you is a quote-unquote movement that is supposed to attract new customers. And a lot of these companies are doing is saying they're going green, but in reality, they're just doing that to attract customers, not genuinely doing anything. Which brings us back to waste to energy, which is from Covanta. And now, looking at a diagram as I am right now, there are a lot of different things that lower the amounts of CO2 emissions. In fact, there are a lot of great statistics that Covanta has that are just tremendous. I mean, what they're doing is they're completely cutting down on their CO2 emissions. They're really cutting down on their carbon footprint. And as you can see, there are just many things that you go on their website. The main things that they let out are some metals and something harmful like that. But in terms of their carbon footprint is much lower, considering they run completely from energy to waste to energy, my fault. And there are just many things that they do that are so beneficial to the environment. And energy from waste has had a lot of difficulty due to mainly lobbyists. And lobbyists are people, as you may know, that go to government and they try to basically push the government to go one way or the other, basically pay off officials, not always, but that's what they sometimes do, and they encourage governmental officials to do what they want them to do, either to benefit their business or benefit the way they live, and what they do is not necessarily great, but they do what they want to do to help promote their ideas. Now, basically the main things that Covanta does is they create it and they use it. And what these processes produce is electricity directed through combustion or products of combustible fuel commodity, such as methane or methanol or synthetic fuels. Now in this case, basically what they're doing is they're making combustible fuel from garbage that is taken from Bergen County. And they take about 50% from New York. They take very little from Bergen County, which is kind of upsetting for residents from Bergen County. I mean, it's a little depressing when you look at all the trash that people give out, and all the trash that people produce over the course of their year. And it just shows to show you why we have such an environmental problem that we have now. I mean, to be honest with you, it's astounding. If you look at the numbers that we have, I mean, it's just amazing what some of the numbers are. And these numbers are not going to go away, to be honest with you, and that's very sad. And basically, it's going into Covanta a little bit, is there are almost 300 million tons of waste by Energy USA per year. And what they do is, since methane makes up 20% of greenhouse gases, they low methane and is energy efficient. And for every 1 ton of waste that they turn into energy is 1 less ton of carbon emissions into the air. And now, as you can see, 8% of total electricity is hydro, and less than 2% is the rest of energy efficient in the world. And over 60,000 homes could be powered with this new clean energy from waste, which is being produced currently by the corporation known as Covanta. And main ideas that lobbyists do in terms of trying to make a good move towards the environment for these big corporations is aggressively bring about changes in these big companies. Basically say, you know what, guys, this is going to benefit you guys, it's going to benefit us, it's going to benefit the environment. It's good. You guys got to turn to energy from waste. It's an amazing solution to our garbage disposal problem. I mean, the only reason it's not working is because these landfill owners are going to be a little hurt by it because they're going to be less in business. But for the reality, it's the greater good. It's what's more important, one landfill in one state or the entire world, which basically this is, considering USA is the biggest producer of garbage anywhere. And also, energy from waste shows less of cons than any other incineration, and it lets people realize that we have the right to choose between landfills and EFW. And basically, if we're going to go about the corporation, we have to basically make people turn not against landfills, but just turn away from them, because landfills will never go out of business, because people will never stop producing waste. I am merely saying that businesses have to start doing a little bit what Covanta is doing, using clean energy. These are the big guys. They're the leaders of this economy. They're the leaders of this country. And what they do, the rest will follow. And that about wraps things up. Basically, this is just a little information right now, what some lobbyists have been doing, what we need to do in order to get business to change over a little bit, do things like Covanta is doing to help create a greener earth with less garbage. Now that about wraps episode 2 up. Next episode, we'll be talking a little bit about the media and their coverage of the environment, as that is it for the corporation segment. Thank you.